Have you ever seen a banana-shaped salt pepper shaker or a wall of frogs all designed to spice up your dish? Well, if you've never seen these, keep watching because I might have another 20,000 weird and unusual shakers to show you. Welcome to Bear Facts, where we explore the Smoky Mountains one bear fact at a time. Did you know that a true pepper is actually a berry? Or that the phrase, "he's not worth his salt," is a common expression originated in ancient Greece, where salt was traded for slaves? Or that we believe that some of the major roads and cities in Europe were created as people followed the trails that salt led them to? Well, I sure have never thought about any of these facts. Pepper is just a spice I use in my foods, and salt is just something my doctor always tells me to watch your intake on. Where they came from or how they have impacted the cultural evolution of humanity just isn't something I have ever thought much about. But if you get the chance to visit the Salt and Pepper Museum in Gatlinburg, Tennessee someday, you might be surprised at all the random and bizarre things you'll learn about salt and pepper. Even better, you'll also get the chance to see an amazing collection like none other in the world if you visit this tiny museum located just a few miles from the Smoky Mountain National Park entrance. This is just one of many lovely oddities you can find in the Smoky Mountain area, a quirky museum and shop that's almost hidden in obscurity. Not that they're really hidden, it's just that the owners of the museum don't have flashy neon lights and dancing bears in the front of their shop to attract customers. Sure, there is a large sign that lets people know that they are a salt and pepper shaker museum, but the building seems to blend with the other buildings in the plaza, and it has a very 1960s vintage feel. And the owners are just as humble, really. Even though their collection far exceeds the current Guinness World Record, the family has not pursued the title, instead preferring to keep their quiet part of Gatlinburg and sharing their collection with people who stumble on their unique little shop. A true irony considering Ripley's is just down the street. When you walk around the museum, there are hundreds and thousands of salt and pepper shakers lining shelves behind brightly lit glass showcases. Along the walls are articles and newspaper clippings that give you a glimpse into the lives of the creators of this wonderland of salt and pepper shakers. Those with the inclination will learn about Andrea Ludden, the Argentina native who started the collection. Reading the articles, you'll learn that Andrea grew up in Belgium and her collection started with her fascination with her grandmother's salt boxes. Later, her collection evolved out of the good intentions of friends and neighbors when they started giving her salt and pepper shakers when they thought she was collecting them, when in fact she was just looking for a pepper grinder that actually worked. You'll also learn about their immigration to the States after World War II and that Andrea was an archaeologist. She used the collection of various styles, materials, and designs to better understand different cultural expressions through salt and pepper shakers. Her collection is not only a passion for salt and pepper shakers, but an extensive showcase of world history, culture, and art. The articles and clippings around the museum give guests a peek into the extraordinary journey of Andrea and her husband, who was a jewelry designer. How they moved to California and eventually Cosby, Tennessee, looking for a home and a place to eventually showcase their growing collection. But behind all the clippings and fun facts is the subtle passing of the torch, or salt and pepper shakers in this case, onto their daughter and son, Andrea and Alex, and how she passed on the fascination of salt and pepper shakers onto the next generation. And most guests will not notice these clippings and pieces of history. Most will pass by the unassuming attendant at the counter, taking admissions and greeting guests. Because when you enter the Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum in Gatlinburg, you are instantly drawn into the amazing displays and colorful trinkets all around you. But be aware that there's a really good chance that the attendant greeting you might either be Andrea or Alex. as they are still very involved and invested in the collection. This is truly a family-owned and operated adventure. The museum was first opened in Cosby, Tennessee, before they decided to relocate to Gatlinburg in the early 2000s. The museum is just on the outskirts of town, past the higher touristy areas. To get to the museum, you will need to be on Route 321 heading south out of Gatlinburg. The museum can be seen up the hill behind Flapjacks in the Winery Plaza. Today, the museum houses over 20,000 pairs of salt and pepper shakers from all around the world, including a range of themes, designs, and materials. You might find some made from plastic, ceramic, wood, shells, horns, and even eggshells. The collection is now owned and maintained by the family. Their dedication to preserving their mother's passion is evident in the extensive displays and thoughtful curation of the museum. The collection is categorized by themes. I won't cover every theme, but you can expect to find frogs, chickens, chefs, pop culture, cars, food, transportation, Star Wars, and an eclectic array of odds and ends. Once you enter the museum, it's set up like a mini maze of walls and shelves of salt and pepper shakers. You can also find a collection of pepper grinders. Not sure if these are the part of the collection that didn't work and started the whole crazy journey, but they're up on the top. I'm not gonna lie, it's awe-inspiring to see the vast assortment of unique and crafty shakers. There is even a vault room full of shakers that have higher value or rarity. Though there is no official estimate of the net worth of the entire collection, the variety of shakers likely represents a significant value due to their rarity and unique craftsmanship. The museum reportedly includes some shakers worth several $1,000s individually, though the exact value of the most expensive one is not widely publicized. And I wouldn't put it out there either if I was them. Though I can't imagine trying to hawk a stolen shaker on the black market. The market has to be pretty small for people obsessed with limited edition frog and lily pad shakers from the 1960s. The man trap from the Star Wars collection would fetch a pretty penny though. Those Trekkies can be pretty vicious lot and are very competitive with their collections. I think the museum owner should put out one of those children's books. I spot a blank book. I think they would do well for themselves. They could also have a scavenger hunt printout for younger guests, though I would probably play as well. Like, can you find the shaker with 3 little chicks in the baby carriage? How fun would that be? I just love that the owners also celebrate the diversity of people who come each year and where they hail from. As you're leaving, you'll find a map of the U.S. and pushpins that guests can make their mark on. The owners proudly display the maps from the past years and recognize their guests in a fun way. Now, there is a cost to getting into the museum, which is $3 whole, but if you decide to purchase a set of salt and pepper shakers as you leave, you'll get that $3 as credit towards your purchase. And kids are free. And since everything is locked up behind a wall of glass, plexiglass, not sure, you and your little cubs are free to wander and enjoy without fear of destroying anything. Much. Depending on your cubs, I guess. And though this museum isn't an all-day event, it's a fun and unique experience that will appeal to a wide range of people. The cost is minimal, and you get to tick off another weird and unusual thing you saw in Gatlinburg off your list. For me, it was a collection of banana-shaped shakers, which is just too bizarre. Like, who would think to have a banana-shaped salt and pepper shaker? I don't know. The Salt and Pepper Shaker Museum offers an experience unlike any other. It's not just a collection, it's a journey through art, culture, history, and a quirky way in which you can enjoy an object that can reflect the history and culture of many places, past and present. Whether you're a history buff, an art lover, or simply looking for something different to explore in Gatlinburg, this museum offers an unexpected experience and leave you considering starting your own collection. But most likely after leaving this museum, most people will leave with a new salt and pepper shaker and another adventure and great memories of your time in the Smokies. I hope this video helps you learn more about the Smoky Mountains or helps you plan for your next trip. You're getting an honest review from our personal experiences, but facts and things change, so please keep us in the loop if you learn anything new and want to share your experiences in the comments. Thanks again for visiting us at Bear Facts of the Smoky Mountains. Please click that like button and subscribe to our channel.